I'm Diana Blass on this episode of In the Mix.
It should come as no surprise to our readers that our Top 500 report went live in the month of June.
The Top 500 report, presented in partnership with Data Central, ranks the top restaurant chains in the United States by system-wide sales carried out the previous year. Not only can restaurant operators learn about their peers, but they can also gain a deeper understanding into the state of the market. And according to the 2023 report, which looks at 2022 numbers, that market is
essentially normal, which is great.
More than 90% of our top 500 restaurant chains grew sales in 2022, which is a number that completely blows my mind.
It was a year when restaurants faced hot inflation, a tight labor market, and supply chain challenges. Yet, as you just heard, most restaurant chains saw an increase in sales. Some of that uptick is attributed to restaurants raising their menu prices to combat inflation. This as store count remained largely flat with some growth. Let's now take a deeper look into the chains themselves. You might be surprised by the ones driving the most sales and how they're doing it.
Crumble Cookies is among the top 10 fastest growing chains. It is ranked 59 on the overall sales list, and that's the highest ranked chain on this list by growth.
A big portion of Crumble's sales is attributed to its digital success. The chain is among the top apps downloaded in the food and beverage sector. Another company topping sales is Subway, but for a different reason. Subway has closed underperforming stores in a push to create a healthier system overall. It comes as rumors swirl of a possible sale. Let's now turn to NRN's Ron Ruggles, who has details on Subway's latest offerings.
I was invited to the new Subway headquarters, their secondary or dual headquarters in Miami, Florida, to see the new slicers that they rolled out to, I believe, 20,000 U.S. units at a cost of $80 million. They also are introducing a line of 4 new Deli Heroes sandwiches.
Look, does Meat Slicer get you into Subway more often?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Especially considering the competitive market. Jersey Mike's opened 300 locations in the last year. For perspective, here's NRN Group Editorial Director Sam Okus on the Extra Serving podcast.
There's a theater to it, yes, of sort of just feeling like you're in a more authentic deli. It feels better than just watching them just, pull up the meat from the stack or whatever. You watch it, get sliced. Also, just the freshness of it, I think, is huge. And now in this day and age, that's what customers are demanding, and they're getting it from other chains. So Subway really had to do that. But it will take a lot more than adding meat slicers to turn this around.
Check out this new restaurant concept in Louisville, Kentucky, and all their offerings diners will get when they eat indoors.
Everyone, this is Alicia Kelso. I'm the executive editor for Nation's Restaurant News. I'm coming to you live from Louisville, Kentucky. I spent the evening at a restaurant opening for a new concept called Paseo. Paseo essentially means to walk or stroll in Spanish. And the purpose of using that name is because this concept is located basically in the heart of the Highlands neighborhood, which is a very walkable neighborhood in Louisville, very vibrant, lots of boutiques and shops and art galleries and restaurants. Cool thing about this restaurant, it's got Mediterranean inspired food. It's going to be part of a boutique hotel called Myriad, which is expected to open later this summer. And the cool thing about this space is it used to be a disco ball factory. So you can still see some remnants from that disco ball factory. This vacuumed up all the dust from that former factory. Disco balls were invented in Louisville.
From disco balls and bourbon to hot dogs dunked in water. I think you know where we're heading next. It's Nathan's famous hot dog eating competition in Staten Island, where NRN's Brett Thorne was a judge.
This is my 3rd year doing it. It's the first year in which there's been a rain delay. It's actually a lightning delay. It's an interesting contest, an interesting event, sort of celebrating American gluttony, I guess. Joey Chestnut won for the 16th time. having eaten 62 hot dogs in 10 minutes, which is a lot more than the guy who came in second, who ate 49 hot dogs. Also very impressive, but not as much as his record of 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes, which Chestnut did a few years ago.
Lastly, we cap off this month's In the Mix with a look at the Create Roadshow event in Atlanta, a networking event for rising restaurateurs. NRN's Sam Okus was there with Ron Ruggles. Let's listen in as they recap the event.
I'm sure you had a good time. You met a few people tonight, yeah?
We met a lot of people tonight, really amazing people. There's a lot of creativity here in Atlanta and a lot of great executives. But this all leads to Create in Palm Springs.
That's right. Our road shows, we've done 5 this year in 2023. All of them lead to the Create experience in Palm Springs, October 1st through 3rd. We're really trying to rally the communities across the country to say, hey, it's valuable to connect with your restaurateur peers. It's valuable to learn from restaurant leaders about how to do your business better. And we do that in these individual communities, but ultimately with the message to come to the national event, which we're doing in Palm Springs, where you can do that at scale.
All right, well, there you have it. You're now in the mix with Nation's Restaurant News. For more of these headlines and others, head to nrn.com. Till next time, I'm Diana Blass.